He was in a familiar role last night, filling in for an injured Carson Wentz. Foles helped keep the Eagles' playoff chances alive with a huge win on the road against the Rams. Jared Goff has been struggling big time, and he threw 2 more interceptions to bring his total to 7 in the last 3 games. LA had a chance to tie it up, but Goff threw an incompletion in the end zone on the final play of the game. The Rams are now 11-3, while the Eagles are 7-7, 1 game behind Dallas. Shannon, was this game more about the Eagles or the Rams?
This is more about the Rams, and I think Sean McVay, Sean, look, you're a genius.
Yeah.
You have a head coaching job. You have a great gig. You're one of the great offensive thinkers in all of football, but you're overthinking this. Because, see, you don't get credit for turning around and handing the ball off to Todd Gurley, whether you hand it to him or pitch it to him. The run game really doesn't take a whole lot of ingenuity to get it going. If you look at Todd Gurley, when he gets 15 or more carries, they're 10-0. When he gets fewer than that, they're 1-3. And what we've seen the last 2 weeks is Todd Gurley not getting his touches. Yeah, they're throwing it to him. And yeah, you try to get him touches as many ways you can. But in order for this Rams offense, and when we looked at it early in the year, when it looked unstoppable, Todd Gurley was running the football efficiently and effectively. Now, all of a sudden, for some reason, they want to put the ball in Jared Goff's hand, and they want him to throw for like 1,000,000 yards. You know, on that play we saw, Skip, when he got stepped on, and it happens. Fletcher Cox lined up in the gap. The center knows he has to reach him, so he takes a big step. He steps on his foot. And I know it's 3rd down, but in a situation like that, Coach used to always tell us, son, don't make a situation worse.
Just eat it.
Just eat it.
Yeah.
We're going to punt the football. We'll be okay. What does he do? He makes a bad situation worse, scoops it up, throws it, and the guy picks it. The thing is that the Rams, in order for them, they need, and you look at their defense, and I thought their defense underachieved all year, Skip. Because the way they're built, this offense is really good. They're built to play with a lead. So now these guys fly off the rock. Now, yesterday, they didn't run the ball for a ton of yards, Skip, but they ran the ball enough. And so now Smallwood is getting chunk plays. They get the ball into the red zone, Smallwood 2 plays, he's in the end zone. Standing up, I'm like, hold on. Now they stand up running into the end zone from 5-6 yards away. At least they normally drag guys in the end zone. He's walking in the end zone standing up. Look, you make your point about whatever you may, you're going to try to talk about my guy walking to him. But he was there on the sideline cheering Nick Foles on, letting him know what he needed to do. Hey, you see that safety on the backside? He tried to cheat the play. Do this right here.
Oh, yeah, Nick Foles really needs that.
Skip, it's my turn to talk, Skip Baylor. But look, Sean, you're going to mess right around and lose that 2nd seed. Because the Bears are 1 game behind you, and they just beat you last week. So if you lose another game, and they win, guess what? You go to the 3rd seed, they go to the 2 seed. Now, it's not like you have a whole lot of home field advantage because Philly had I didn't know Philly had this kind of following, Skip, until I watched and I see all the people cheering.
They took half over the stadium.
That was
Philly.
impressive.
Yeah.
But still, even that it may, Skip, you don't really be wanting to play playoff games. Now, you happy to get in the playoffs, but if you have a chance to secure home field, you try to do that. You try to play as many games as you possibly can in your building before you actually have to go on the road. So I thought this was more about the Rams. They guess a lot. You look at Aqib Talib, he tries to undercut the dagger. Alshon keeps the high completion. Now you see a 2-by-1, Skip. The safety's trying to get slick. You're like, you trying to get me to clear. I'm going to jump the in-between. Now they throw the ball over your head. If you play your technique, let's see what happens. But this is all about the Rams. I'm not taking anything away from Philly, but this was all about the Rams and their inability to get Todd Gurley running the football.
So you managed to just speak for 12 straight minutes on this show.
It went on 12.
Yeah, it was. I was timing it. 12 straight minutes,
12 minutes.
and you barely mentioned Nick Foles, and you gave him 0 credit for what happened last night, which to me was mostly about Nick Foles. I'm going to say this again. The Eagles' offense just looks different to me when Nick Foles is running it. If you want to do the 2 quarterbacks in vacuums, obviously Carson Wentz is at least as big, he's much stronger, and he has a stronger arm than Nick Foles. But every time I watch Nick Foles operate the Eagles' offense, it just looks better to me. Nick Foles is better at playing the position of quarterback than Carson Wentz is at this stage of his development. Nick Foles is a better speed reader. He has better savvy. He has more experience. He has better touch, and he definitely has better consistent accuracy than Carson, W-I-N-C-E, does. Because when I watch him, he makes me wince.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you that. Foles is a little bit more accurate than Carson.
Okay, so somehow this offense comes alive with Nick Foles at quarterback because he's not codependent on Zach Ertz. He doesn't lock in throw after throw to number 86. He spreads the ball better than Carson does. And Zach Ertz is really, really good. But last night, all of a sudden, who's the game breaker? The guy who gets ignored to a fault by Carson Wentz is Alshon. Alshon's a game breaker. So Nick Foles targeted him 8 times, and he caught 8 balls for 160 yards last night. That's what broke that game open. Zach Ertz's paper cuts, it's 8 yards, it's 10 yards, it's 12 yards, and he can get open in the red zone. I give you all that. And Nick Foles made only one mistake when he tried to jam it in at the goal line to Zach Ertz, and Talib just sniffed it out. Came off his man and snaked it.
And that's the thing. So
okay?
he was guessing.
Okay, he was guessing, and he guessed great, and he made a great play on the ball because he took it right out of the throw. Hit Wentz right in the hands, and he just snatched it right out of his hands.
But that's the difference, Skip.
Okay.
Nick Foles' favorite target is Alshon Jeffries.
Yeah.
Alshon.
Yeah.
Walk it to him favorite target is Zach Ertz.
No doubt.
You saw it in the Super Bowl. You saw it in the playoffs last year. You saw the big plays that Alshon was making. But Skip, look at the run game. They went for 100 yards, and granted it was 30 carries. But when walk it to him, when it gets 100 yards rushing, they're 5-1. 5-1.
Well, I'm just saying, all of a sudden, they're going to catch new fire here late. Is it enough fire for them to get home? Well, if my Cowboys keep playing the way they did yesterday, yeah, the Eagles still catch them.
You know what, Skip?
You should be rooting for Nick Foles.
You know what, Skip?
You got one shot to get your cases back.
Nick Foles had a 67 QBR yesterday. 67. Walk it to him, average for the season is 65. So how much better has he actually played? I mean, if Jared Goff is going to do what he's doing, Skip, keep turning the ball over, keep putting it in harm's way, they're going to look bad. It's going to make the Eagles look a lot better. Because remember now, they just gave up 600 yards almost to the Cowboys.
So what was Carson Wentz's record this year as a starter? I forget.
There's a
sub 500. Nick Foles comes back, and he wins a big game on Sunday night on the road.
I believe there's a reason that they brought Walkie to him back a little early. Because how was Foles looking before they brought him back?
That's a good point.
Well, it's very possible they still would have taken off with him because they were having their Super Bowl hangover on defense. And last night, the defense finally started to look like that.
What about the Rams defense?
Yeah.
No
Thank you. Thank you for bringing this up because now I got to swing over to the Rams. I have told you repeatedly on this show, I'm not buying the Rams. Last week, you were talking about, can Dallas win a playoff game on the road? And you said, well, they can't win at the Rams or at New Orleans. And I said, time out. They could win at the Rams. I'm not so sure about that New Orleans thing, even though they did beat them 13-10.
They might not win in Chicago either.
Okay, well, you could be right about that. But again, I would give the Dallas Cowboys a shot to win at the Rams because there's no there. I keep waiting. I keep saying, what are they? I see a lot of sis boom bon. I see smoke and I see mirrors and I see a defense that is 20th in points allowed. Aaron Donald dominates, but they're 20th in points allowed. You can't win like that.
And that's what's so disappointing, Skip, because if you look at Khalil Mack and the impact that he's had in Chicago, you look at Akeem Hicks, you look at Eddie Jackson, you look at all these guys, you look at Fuller. Aaron Donald is equally, if not more dominant.
You would think so.
But I don't see
he's not off the edge. Maybe it matters coming off the edge.
Yeah, but he's inside, so he's closer to the quarterback. 17 sacks. But I don't see Ndamukong Suh numbers pick up. I don't see Brockers.
Okay.
I don't see the guys getting.
All right. I don't either. And by the way, I just told you, New England is 31st in the league in yards per rush allowed. This team is 30th in yards per rush allowed. 30th. You can't win Super Bowls like that. I don't think you can win a playoff game like that, which brings me back to this young quarterback. I like him. I don't love him. So they have now gone 3-3 in their last 6. And over those 6 games, Jared Goff has 16 total turnovers, 13 interceptions, and 3 fumbles lost.
That'll get you beat.
It will. It's just not good enough. It's not that you're not that team.
No.
You're not Hollywood.
Skip, no team has ever been that good to overcome those amount of turnovers in that time frame.
I mean, if you have the 85 Bears defense, maybe you can, but they're not.
No.
And you love Wade Phillips, and I really love Wade Phillips. And you played, not for him, but he was your...
Yeah, he's my head coach. He
was your head coach. I forgot about that.
93 and 94.
Okay, so the point is, I love him and I root for him, and I don't see the results. And obviously they didn't have to leave for a long stretch, and now he's back. Maybe that'll help re-solidify, but I don't see it. And Philly, I look up and all of a sudden it's 30-13. And I'm saying, where are you, defense?
And even skip those 80, and those, I mean, people need to go back and look for 84, 85, and 86 Bears and look at those defenses, because actually the 86 Bears defense was better than the 85.
I agree.
But they didn't turn the ball over. They ran the ball with sweetness, Skip.
They did.
And Jim McMahon, you know, hit the one big play. He hit Dennis McKinnon, or he hit Willie Goff.
He would make a couple of plays again.
And that's all they needed.
Yep.
Because you were not going to score 30 points on that defense. You'd be lucky if you got 15, 16.
Lucky. Ask Eric Dickerson, ask our man ED what happened when he went there.
Oh, ask the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I mean, they were lights out. But Skip, when you turn the ball over like Jared Goff is turning over, it's hard to overcome it, because what happens is that not only does the opposing team might get a field goal, they might score, and then the defense comes on the field, they get a stop, and Jared Goff puts them right back on the field because he's turned the ball over. They're not that good to overcome nobody, even the Patriots, even the Saints. Yep. You can't overcome those amount of turnovers from that position.
So they got at Arizona and San Francisco left. Could they stumble in one of those games? I don't know. The way they're playing right now, they could.
San Francisco's not going to be no easy out.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, those flaws are starting to show up. But what about Dak Prescott?
Yep, here we go.
What letter grade are these two going to give him for his performance? I have a feeling they might be different. Find out next.